No,
So, so,
lie.
so tonight's episode, fellas, is who wants a slice of the devil's pie? It's mighty good tonight. Mighty good tonight. You know, I'm here on this platform to talk my talk or whatever. I could have jumped in on some spaces and all of that stuff, listening to some people crash out over there. It is what it is. But tonight, we over here tonight on 94 feet of UNC. No intro tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it is what it is. We gonna get straight to it. I got some special guests, of course, in the building with me. I got Neil from Other People's Shoes podcast, all the way on the West Coast. He's in Oregon, Oregon, right?
Yeah, Oregon.
He's in Oregon.
No ducks in this department.
Right. I got my guy Alan from the Hill Brothers in the building with me tonight. It's been a minute since Alan has been here, but it's been a minute since Neil has been here too. So, you know, hopefully we can change that in the future or whatever. But fellas, I gotta pull out something. It's not bedazzled or anything like that, but this is for all of the fans that are going to join, be in the chat, whatever the case may be. I got to start this off right. So let me make sure I get this right. Well, let me flip it here. Do it this way. I just wanted to pull out something for all of the Blue Devil fans tonight. Belt 2. I ain't going to even say it. They know what it is. They know what that means. Fellas, how y'all doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing so good.
I'm just exhausted, honestly. Emotionally drained, I think is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
In a good way. In a good way.
Listen, Alan sent me a picture of his blood pressure.
No, that was my heart rate. That was my
heart rate. I'm sorry. My bad.
Shot.
That's about right. That's about right.
He sent me a picture of that. I was like, oh, yeah, my man. Like, bro, relax. Just it's cool. I talked to him before the game. Alan was like, yo, man, I'm nervous about tonight and everything. I said, Alan, it's going to be a good night.
It's going to be a good night.
What did I tell you, Alan? It's going to be a good night. I said, what did I say? I think we're going to get this win tonight, right?
You did. You said it's going to be a good night. Calm down. And, you know, UNC is going to come out with the dub.
And look
what it didn't feel that way for a long time. It did not feel that way for a long time. But
you know what? I because I didn't go to the game tonight. I didn't go to the game, but I sat and I watched the game with my father and my mom. And my mom, she's not anti-Carolina, but she says her slick things. She says things that are just very slick. And me and my pops are looking at each other like, don't you got something else to do right now? Like, you know, oh, they're missing shots. He don't want to win tonight. You know, stuff like that. The typical stuff. And you know, it's all good. Love my moms to death, but she had to do something else tonight. Like, it's just what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we get this W tonight, fellas. 71-68. And like I told everybody, I don't care how many points that we win by. I don't care if it's 1 point. I don't care if it's 10 points, 30 points, whatever. A W is a W. And what better way to get a W than to beat your rival, right? So I'm going to pass the mic.
Not to just beat your rival, but to beat the nemesis.
There we go.
That's another level of rival. Is your nemesis.
That's
it's
even
like
better.
Luger. It's, you know, it's the Joker. You know, I'm running out of Marvel people. It's Thanos.
It's Doomsday.
It's Dr. Doom. You know what I mean?
Doom. Yeah.
It's
Magneto.
It's all of them.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to get political, but, you know, it's the other political party, whatever that may be for you. That's what it is.
There we go. We could do it like that. So, listen, I'm going to pass the mic to you guys, of course. I'm going to let you guys just get it, whatever you want off your chest or whatever. And then I'll come in or whatever afterwards or whatever. We're going to start with Alan, just because of the fact that Alan, I hope your heart rate has dropped. I hope
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
a
it's
little
a
bit
smooth
more.
72.
Yeah,
Smooth 72.
what was that picture you sent me? Oh,
Hold on.
from
Let me see.
70 from let me see right quick. Hold on. Let me
Oh,
see.
it was, hold on. I got it right here. 129.
129.
129.
You might want to get that
100
looked at.
129 beats per minute, son.
Neil says, yo, you might want to get that checked out, Alan. Might want to get that checked out. But listen,
I'm telling you,
Alan, go ahead, Alan.
I get invested in these things, man. I sent that to the Hill Brothers chat that we have, and I said, man, it's going to be these things right here are going to be the death of me. And
Hey.
I just get too invested. I'm not going to say maybe I do live and die, and I don't play in these things, but man, I just get too invested. Vasar hit that shot and to tie the ball game up at 68, and I come up out my chair like we have a whole couch. Nah, man. I get the chair out the kitchen, set it in front of the couch, like 4 feet away from the TV, 6, big. I'm just sitting here. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. And then the whole game, and Vasar hits that shot. I fly up out the chair, run across the living room into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then I get that notification, higher than average resting range. I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny. I'm gonna take a picture of this.
Right. And send it to me.
But, yeah. Hey. I sent it to you. We had this previous conversation about me being nervous about the game, and then I sent it to my brother and Jeff and Tori on on a group message that we have, and it was cathartic.
Yeah,
and then
it was.
It was nice, and then that Seth Trimble shot. You can't write it up no better. Dixon got the ball, took it down the left, and I was like, "Where's he going? Where's he going?" And then Malik Brown's just like up in the air, like got like space shoes on. I'm like, "There's no way. What's happening here?" And somehow Dixon finds Seth in the right corner. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me! There's no way he misses his shot."
My homeboy called when Trimble got the ball off of his leg after Cam Boozer swatted it right there close to the end. My homeboy called me. He was like, "Yo, why is the ball in Trimble's hands?" And I'm like, "Bro, relax, relax." And then he comes back the next play and hits the big three like that. And I call him back and I'm like, "You were saying what'd you say?"
Mm-hmm.
Like what happened? He was like, but who gave him the ball? I'm like, bro, don't matter. Who hit the shot? That's the part. The pass, yes. You got to give credit to Dixon. Absolutely. But who hit the shot? Who's the hero tonight? Like, I mean, it is what it is or whatever. So, Neil, what you think about let me get you in here or whatever. How you feeling?
Well, first off, I want to applaud the officials, which I know we don't often do, right? But I want to applaud even the crowd support, right? Because when Seth Trimble hit that shot, rightfully so, there's time left on the clock, right? How they cleared the floor, I don't know. That to me is a modern miracle in itself. So I'm going to start there. Second thing I want to say is, to me, I put it on the level almost, maybe a little higher than Caleb Love in the Final Four. And only a little bit higher is Caleb Love, only a little bit, because of the magnitude of the Final Four. Outside of that, I think it is the best, maybe best regular season shot I've seen Carolina hit in the history of Carolina basketball that I've witnessed.
Marvin Williams 05.
Ooh,
better than that, because of the magnitude of the game, and because, again, Marvin Williams was one and done. Seth has been there all this time. Seth is the last, in my mind, Seth is probably the last true Tar Heel that will play. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. Absolutely hope I'm wrong. But I think this new trend of, NIL, G League, whatever, that's almost I hate to say it, he's an endangered species in a sense, endangered animal. and again, I don't mean any connotation negative in that regard, but I just feel like he's the last of his kind that will come through Carolina, because we're going to see the Caleb Wilsons of the world from here on out, I believe. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, and I'm okay being wrong in this regard. But the magnitude of that shot, they hadn't taken the lead all game. Now, help me on the Marvin Williams game. Had they ever had the lead in that game? I think they did. I think they went back and forth. But
yeah, they did.
Okay. And that's the difference in my mind, is because he hit the shot not only to win it, but to seal it. They never led up until that point. And by the way, Caleb Wilson played out of his mind tonight. He is worthy of the number one pick. Worthy of the number one pick.
I'm glad that you said that, because that transitions us right on over to the stats. I want to bring the stats up, fellas.
Look at
Let's
you.
Let's see what we got here on the stats. Caleb Wilson, let's see. Cameron Boozer had 24. Caleb Wilson had 23. I was kind of hoping Caleb would get like 25 maybe, just because of the fact that he's played so far, he's played better than Boozer this year. Well, not Boozer, Debanza. He's played better than Peterson. And I wanted him to get that one up over Cam. Cam that was a quiet 24 points from Cam Boozer. Very quiet. I mean, considering the way that his ability to just score, he just looks so dominant against all the other teams. I mean, it to me, it seemed like it was a quiet 24 points. I mean, but listen, Carolina, 42 points in the second half to Duke's 27. Defense, to me, that's defense. I know a lot of people are saying that, North Carolina don't have defense. North Carolina can't guard, or whatever the case may be. Well, 42 points to your 27 looks like you can guard a little bit. Now, I know everybody's going to talk about the officials, because everybody is saying, oh, the one foul in the second half compared to the 5 or 6 or something that Duke had in the second half. Everybody's going to talk about that. They're going to talk about the officials. It's what happens. And I kind of knew that this would happen with Duke fans. Like, as soon as if I've said it, if Big Pat gets into foul trouble, or Boozer gets into foul trouble, or Malik Brown, or whomever it is that gets into foul trouble, the first thing that Duke fans or Duke people are going to say is, well, the refs or whatever, it was one-sided, it was this and that and the third, whatever. Listen, when I bring up that type of stuff or whatever, nobody wants to hear it. So let's not act like when the tables have turned, I need that same energy. Like, stop acting like or whatever. Carolina only fouled one time in the second half. It is what it is. I don't see where Carolina fouled, to be honest with you. I'm going to rewatch this game again tonight. Like, to be honest with you, after this.
I'm watching it again.
Yeah, I'm watching this game again tonight because I want to see. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Because I'm not going to be biased or whatever. I'm going to be fair. But I didn't see Carolina doing a lot of fouling or anything like that. Like, they really, and to me, that showed that what this team is actually really capable of. Because if you can go a whole second half with only one foul against arguably one of the best teams right now in college basketball, I think that says
that's
a lot.
Good basketball team over there, man. I mean, all credit to the Blue Devils, man. That's a good basketball team over there.
Yeah. What's interesting is Duke's other loss of the season. You ready for this? Texas Tech held them to 35 points in the second half. 35 points. That's interesting to me. Now, granted, Texas Tech came back to beat them. They scored 46 in the second half. They were down by 10, 36-46 in Duke's, previous loss. Granted, neutral court. Some say Cameron 2.0 being Madison Square Garden. But still, holding them to 35 points in the second half is pretty impressive. So,
it is.
Let that sit on the table for a second. I don't know. By the way, Boozer also had 23 in that game. He also had 4 turnovers. He also only had 1 personal foul. So I think Carolina did a great job, in my mind, too, of controlling him and letting someone else potentially beat them. And I think that is the recipe to beat Duke, is control Cameron, let someone else beat you. And I think that's what we saw tonight, per what we just saw.
Yeah. And I said that in our preview in the Battle of the Blues round 1 episode. I said that. I said, yo, just lock the let Cam, or either let Cam get his and shut down everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could go either way. You could or you could shut down Cam and let everybody else beat you. So it could go either way, honestly. And I mean, it was just I just like the way that this team came back. They fought. They came back. They played. I mean, first half, it wasn't looking. I wasn't too worried at the end of the first half. I thought that Carolina did. Carolina did not play very well tonight. I think they made a lot of stupid shots. I think they took a lot of stupid shots. And it was just I didn't understand what was going on with them. Like at that time, like, you would see, Dixon get to the basket, go to the basket. And then next thing you know, they're turning the ball over. If we looking at the stats here, Carolina had 7 turnovers, shot 79% from the free throw line. Duke shot 83%. Carolina shot 42% from the 3-point line, and Duke shot 37%. For all of the people out there that say Duke can't, that Carolina can't shoot the 3, 42%. I mean, that's just what it is. 8 of 19. Duke was 7 of 19. 47% from the floor for Carolina, 45% for Duke from the floor. To me, I mean, I just don't. And when you're getting into, Neil will be back in a second. I think he's trying to get his connection together or whatever. But when we're looking at these stats or whatever, Foster had 9. I think they did pretty good shutting him down, cutting his water off. I mean, period. Evans had 11, which is about right for him. And I've been telling people that 11 points. Like, he's just not consistent enough to me. He should be their second go-to guy that's averaging 18, 19, 20 points up there with Boozer. Period. As much as they praise him. And everybody keeps talking that or whatever. Well, 11 points tonight. I mean, it's 11 points, but it's 11 points to be the second go-to guy. To me, Duke doesn't have a second go-to guy. They don't have a second go-to guy.
Well, and again, I think that's the difference, right? Is Vasar had zero goose egg in the first half. And I'm sitting watching with my boss, by the way. We had lunch on this game. He gave me 7 points very generously. And I said to him, watch for Vasar to come back in the second half. He said, you mean the 7-foot wide guy? He's done. Like, they're going to shut him down. And I said, no, watch. They're going to get him some threes, and that's exactly what happened. Is Vasar hit some big threes, which he can hit. I mean, that's not uncommon for him. That's not added characteristic. And so to me, again, Carolina shows the resilience in the second half like they've done all season long.
That's a fact. What? Go ahead, Alan. What, you was about to say something?
Yeah, I think North Carolina played 2 different ways defensively. The first half, it looked like they tried to take Boozer away, which they effectively did, and everybody was beating them. And in the second half, it kind of looked like, okay, Boozer, do what you want to do, but we're taking your supporting cast away.
Mm-hmm.
Sarr wasn't open in the corner, ever again. We did get lucky. Shire drew up one great play. Boozer drove down the middle of the lane, kicked it back out to Foster on the wing, and he just missed a wide open look for three. In the first half, all those shots are going down. At one point in time, the Blue Devils was like 80-some% from the field. They were shooting an insane percentage for the game in the first half. They just couldn't miss. And then, I think, the water's got to find its level eventually. And in order to come down from 82, you got to shoot pretty poorly, which is, led to North Carolina being able to hang around. And, credit to Vasar for standing up on that last play against Boozer. And, he really walled him off there. And, Boozer's a great player, but the one thing he lacks is that elite first step. If you notice at one time, Caleb Wilson had him on the wing and gave him that jab step one side and just absolutely left him.
Yeah.
Boozer doesn't have that. So when in order for him to go, you're going to see where he's going. And I thought they did a better job late in the second half of, being able to stay in front of him and walling him off and,
yeah,
hit some big time shots.
Listen, the Stars did what the Stars was going to do. 23 from Wilson, 24 from Boozer, which is what we expected. It was the battle of the Knight Riders, the teammates tonight. So, I mean, these guys played together and during what is it, AAU? Is it AAU basketball? Whatever. They played together at Knight Riders. So they pretty much knew each other's game. And I like what Carolina did in regards to switching. And I said that was one of the keys to success to win this game. Put Stevenson on him at times. I was very surprised that Vasar was on him because I didn't think that Vasar, number one, was strong enough because Boozer is very strong. I mean, he's a big boy. But I was surprised to see Vasar guarding him at times. But Trimble got on him a couple of times or whatever. But I think Trimble was a little rushed. It felt like Trimble was rushed a little bit sped up when he ended up on Boozer instead of like more settling in guarding him, if that makes sense. Because I think that Seth could have been a little bit disruptive with him. But I mean, again, he's just so strong. And that one play where he just bulldozed Vasar in the paint and got that layup going down in transition, I was just like, oh my goodness. Like
that's grown man ball right there.
That was just crazy.
I agree with what you're saying, but I also think I credit Vasar for that play specifically because I feel like he could have fouled him there. He could have picked up a really dumb foul, which could have cost him later, potentially, right?
Yeah.
But I like the fact that he knew he was beat, and I think it's a maturity. And this is my read, a maturity level to just give him the bucket. Like I know I'm just going to give you the bucket. You're going to get it anyway. I don't want to cost my team anyway. So that's my read on it because I was like, he knew he's beat. Let him have it. It's too big deal. The other thing I noticed in this stat line, by the way, which I don't know if anyone else notices, Trimble had not taken a three all night except for the last one.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at that 3-point line, Dixon 2 for 4, Trimble, of course, the 1 for 1, Wilson 1 for 2. You go down that line. Who in that moment is going to take that three? That was an RJ Davis shot. That was, a Caleb Love shot. That was, a Luke May shot, maybe even to go Drake May night. To me, it's interesting that they, again, the Carolina way, perhaps, you find a way to win. And it's not always the same guy. It's not always the one-man show like Duke has run for God knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
It's a supporting cast. One night it's Dixon. One night it's Wilson. One night it's Vasar. One night it's, God forbid, maybe Luka could find a way to make an impact. I don't know. But you know what I mean? It's like every night it seems like, yes, Wilson is the consistent, cog in the wheel. But I love, again, the fact that Seth showed senior leadership and maybe in the huddle saying, Hubert, give me the ball. I mean, I don't know. We'll never know, but I hope he said that, because it looked like it was going to him all the way. I mean, when you look back, and I mean, I've seen a couple of the highlights now. Nobody picks him up till the last second, because again, I think nobody thought he was going to take it. Almost like MJ in that 82 game, right?
Yep.
Looking for him the whole time.
And we got out rebounded tonight by 12,
which is uncharacteristic, I feel.
38-26 in rebounds. Insane. Absolutely.
It was
insane.
22-11 at half.
Right. But you know what's one of the big stats to me is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 total fouls from Carolina players in this game. 7. Like, I don't know, where do you credit that? There's 2 ways that you can look at this, because people are going to look at this very strange, very odd, whatever the case may be. But do you sit up and say the refs was not even tonight, or do you give that credit to Carolina's defense and the ability for Carolina to be able to play now without foul?
Yeah, I say a little bit of both, because again, think about it. Seth picks up that 3rd foul, and Duke doesn't go at him, which is kind of weird. I think if I'm Shire, you know, I'm going to go at Seth. But how do you get in front of a guy like that? I mean, they tried to take the charge. If you remember, they tried to take the charge, and there was no call there. I think that was Seth when he was cut.
No, that was Dixon.
Was that Dixon? Okay.
On Boozer. Yeah.
But to me, again, I think credit Seth again, and maybe his leadership and his senior ability to play within the game, because Billis even comments on the game, on the commentary. He said, Seth is begging his words, begging Hubert to let him stay in the game.
Yeah. He was.
And to me, that says Seth knows the situation, knows what's at stake, knows what he wants to do, and plays within himself to keep himself on the floor, to give him an opportunity to hit that shot.
That's facts. I agree to that. And you know what? Vezar didn't have 1 foul tonight.
Which is impressive, considering it's off and on with Cam. You know,
it's impressive, but at the same time, you know why? I think shout out to Big Pat. Shout out to Big Pat for that, because Big Pat ain't no threat. So
not offensively.
Vezar ain't got to work too hard. Like, if anything, okay. I mean, put your focus somewhere else, because Big Pat ain't give you nothing tonight. 4 points and 5 fouls. Fouled out. It's just what it is, or whatever.
7 boards.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I didn't like that. He only played 16 minutes.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, you know, was in the first half.
Yeah. That is true, because he fouled out early in that second
boards.
half. He definitely fouled out early in that second half. I mean, again, Dame Sarr, I think, was the big thing. If it wasn't for him tonight, Carolina could have beat them by a lot more, because Dame Sarr has not been playing well at all. And this was kind of like a little breakout game for him. 13 points. I mean, 5 for 6 from the floor. 2 seemed like he had more threes than that, but they
two of them, his toe was on the line.
Right. Yeah.
2 of his wide open looks, his toe was on the line.
It felt like so many threes.
At one point he backed up. Yeah, I remember him like looking down or kind of stepping back to make sure he was fine.
Yeah. So
I mean, really, his inability to not stand on the 3-point line is, you know, probably what cost Duke the game, honestly.
That's true. That's true. Now, when you sit back and you think about it like that, absolutely. I agree with you, Al, for sure. For sure. I just listen, I'm just excited about this game, man. Like, I was so thrilled about it. When Seth hit the shot, I lost my mind. I didn't know like what to do. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off because it's like I want to see the rest of this game, but then like my whole setup is in a whole nother room and everything. I didn't want to turn the TV on and hear because I just didn't want to do it. So I'm trying to get the thumbnail together. I'm up here doing a whole bunch of stuff. Phones just blowing up right now, like with so much stuff. People on Spaces, people going live on Instagram, like, and it's like, oh my God, man, like anxiety just kicked in like crazy. And
Hey,
listen, I'm super proud of these guys, man. I think that if Carolina can play like this and just start hitting more shots, this team is going to end up in the Final Four. I truly believe that. All they got to do is hit shots. Bogovac didn't show up tonight. 3 points.
The bench, period, didn't show up.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. Kyan Evans, no points. Jaden Young, no points. Jonathan Powell, 3 points. And Luka Bogovic, 3 points. Like
Stevenson had a 5.
All their points came from the starters tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Stevenson. 5 from Stevenson, 13 from Vazar, 23 from Wilson, 16 from Trimble, 8 from Dixon. Like, I'm happy for the win, but this was it's a weird win.
It is.
Yeah.
It's weird. It is a extremely weird win because North Carolina has not played like this all season. And I don't know whether to say, did they play good? Because they didn't get no production from the bench like that, like they normally do. No fouls was called on them. So, like, am I to credit them for the defense? Or was this bad officiating? I can't say it was bad officiating because I don't see where Carolina was doing a lot of fouling. I just didn't see it.
Yeah, they didn't play a lot of defense with their on first watch. I'll say on first watch, live action. It looked like they were playing defense with their feet, not with their hands.
Right.
And I think that's what saved them in the foul department. Now, the one where Dixon, pretty much trucked Boozer in the lane, it looked like Boozer had pitched a tent in the lane there for, waiting on him. I feel like you got one way or the other, you got to call something there. Like, unless you're going to say he flopped.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
And that's what I was wondering, and maybe that's why they didn't call it, is maybe, again, first watch, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention if he flopped or didn't flop. I was just obviously glad they didn't call offensive foul. But
oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
I would like to see the timestamp of the 3 that Dixon hit against Kentucky from the very same spot at the 3 that he hit against Duke, and they looked identical from the spot he shot it and how he shot it from behind the defender.
Nah,
they looked identical.
It looked like it, but it wasn't the same. I think he was a little bit more closer to the middle, to the center of the 3-point line in this game than he was in the Kentucky game, because in the Kentucky game he made that shot like right in front of the staff on the bench, the coaching staff bench. So I mean, but I get what you're saying, and as far as the whole timestamp thing, I think if anything, that was a big shot, but I think Vazar's shot was bigger than that, because Vazar he hadn't been playing well all night. Like, my pops was upset with Vazar because he's like, yo, if Vazar don't show up or whatever, then he's no good to us. I mean, we've seen that in certain games. To where, like, he don't show up, and next thing you know, Carolina's getting ran out of the gym. The only problem that bothers me with this team, and this is where they got to get better, I don't mind Caleb Wilson getting his points. However, at the same time, everybody else has to start stepping up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're getting closer and closer to March. Like, you cannot just rely on Caleb or Vazar. And again, Vazar didn't play well tonight. So if we didn't get that burst from Vazar in that second half, we're sitting up here with a totally different attitude, pissed off, everything, like everything. Because he didn't show up in the first half, period. So, but the shooting isn't working either. Bogovic, I don't know why he didn't get a lot of playing time tonight. It's just a weird win. It's a weird win. I'm being honest. I'll take the win. I'll take the W. I don't care how it comes, but it's just strange. And again, I guess that's why I need to go back and rewatch this game, because maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something.
I don't think you're necessarily missing something. I think it's just not the signature wins that we've seen this season. I think that's the difference.
Explain that though, Niels. Explain that. What do you mean by signature wins this season? Like, what do you mean by that? Explain that.
Sure. Well, I feel like against Kansas, it was a team effort. You know, it was a team effort. I feel like there was contributing factors for everyone. I feel like against Michigan State, even though they lost, I feel like, again, it was still maybe an identity, trying to figure out who they are, who they want to be, right? But I also feel like even against Kentucky, right? I feel like it was Vazar, it was Wilson. Even against Ohio State, I feel like it was Vazar, it was Wilson. And I feel like, again, when Seth was out, they had to kind of figure out who they were going to be without Seth. And now that Seth is back, as much as I love him being back, and I love him being back, let me say that again, I still think they're trying to figure out who they are again. And I think that's what we saw against Cal and Stanford, is they were still trying to figure out who they are. And I think those two losses really, even though they were easy losses, I think it really woke them up. It woke them up to the fact that they got to figure out a way to win. And again, I would love to see more from the bench. But at the same time, you saw leadership tonight again. And I think that maybe is the thing that you're maybe struggling. And again, I don't think you're struggling per se, but you know what I mean? Like trying to understand. Right. And I think that's what it is we're seeing the leadership of Carolina come out tonight. You saw the leadership come out tonight for them. The bench maybe doesn't have that. They're still trying to learn that. I mean, say what you want about Luka. I mean, he's semi-pro, but tonight he didn't. Tonight he looked like a middle schooler trying to figure out how to play basketball for the first time.
He did.
And I feel bad saying that as a fan, but I expect more out of him, more so than I do Wilson, because again of his resume, because of how he came to us.
Yes.
Vazar, same thing. But again, I think you saw that tonight. Vazar figured it out in the second half. And rightfully so. Senior leadership, older leadership coming in, right?
Yeah.
And Caleb's going to do what Caleb is going to do. And Billis even said it. He's not had an easy shot all night, and that was clear. I mean, some of the shots he made, I was like, Kobe couldn't make that. Jordan, maybe. But he never got a clean look. He never got a clean look tonight. And to me, if they can rally around that and build from there, man, and get a little support from the bench,
they're going to be dangerous.
It could be dangerous.
They're going to be dangerous. I totally agree with you. Like more production from the bench. We got to have that. And I think we've been getting it, but we didn't get it tonight when we're talking about a big game on a big stage. Like this game is just as big as all 6 games in the NCAA tournament.
Sure.
Because there's a goal now with the tournament. So,
but who was the pressure on tonight? Was it on Carolina? Because I don't think so. It was. I don't see. And
I think the pressure was on Duke. I do believe that.
And I agree with you. I think the pressure was on Duke. They had not really, I mean, yes, Texas Tech beat them, sure, by 1. But they'd been walking all over everybody since.
Yeah.
And I think, again, with Cam being there, with, this draft class, and they always seem to reload, and they always seem to get whoever and the best of the best and whatever. And wait till next year, they're going to have an even better class. I mean, I hear that every freaking year. And yet they go to the tournament and they lay an egg.
Yep.
What I did say tonight, though, is Cam had a chance to tie it or win it. I can't remember the situation exactly, but the ball was in his hand and he missed. And I remember saying to my friends, I had my boss here, so I had to be careful, and my best friend, one of my best friends, and I said, that looked like Cooper Flag last year. When the game's on the line, Duke finds a way to brick the ball. I just think that's funny.
I tell you one thing that Carolina definitely needs to go back and like really look at, because, and this is something again that I'm actually going to study once I look at this game again, but I don't like that high screen pick and roll. I don't, because they use Boozer in it so much, and that can cause a disruption, because now most of the time you got your guards out that far or whatever, but see, Boozer is one of them where you got to guard him, but with these high screens, like he'll set the pick, then they get the ball to him. Now there's a mismatch on him. Like that happened several times tonight. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw Bogovic on him one time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Trimble was on him one time too, and I think that's when he picked up one of his 3 fouls.
Right. So
Seth was on him too. He got caught in a switch, and I was like, "What is Trimble doing on Boozer? That's a mismatch."
Like, as a matter of fact, there's a couple of times Cayenne was on him.
Yeah,
I saw Cayenne on him a time or two when he was on the court. Like, that bothers me, because you've got to clean that up. That's where no switching comes into play. Like, man to man. I don't care if you got to throw Stevenson on him, whatever the case may be. Like, you got to do something to fix that, because you can rest assured, come round 2, they're going to play that. They're going to run that.
Well, here's my question. And I'm by the way, I'm asking this because I feel like it's the loaded question on every stinking North Carolina Tar Heels fan group that I'm in on Facebook. Can we stop with the Hubert Davis should be fired comment?
You know what? I don't. You know what? And this is nothing against you, Neil, or anything, but we hear that a lot over here.
I bet every day.
Chapel Hill, we hear it all the time. Like, I mean, it is just insane, and I don't pay no attention. It's gotten to the point now to where it's so numb. I don't pay attention to it. I just don't, because I don't know, and I would probably have to look up the stats or whatever, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Hubert in his first 4 years, or whatever the case may be, got a better record than Roy.
Dean Smith, too, I believe. I think even Dean Smith.
And Dean.
I think so. Yeah, I looked it up once. I think he's better than Dean, even in his first year.
So I don't pay attention to it. Hubert is winning games. He's winning games. He's getting recruits, because they say he can't recruit either. And we're about to pick up another one. Right now, we got a crystal ball for him. And I think we're going to get another one for 2027. That's another top 10. So all of that stuff about he can't recruit, he can't coach. Listen, we all know Carolina fans are spoiled. That's just what it is. They're spoiled. They want everything. They want it right now, especially this new generation. And we come from a different group of basketball, a different era of basketball. So, I just don't feed into all of that no more. People are going to talk. They're going to find something to nitpick about. Just sit back and enjoy the W. Like, some people I guarantee you, before the end of this weekend, before the end of tomorrow, I'll see a podcast or two, or I'll hear some people on Instagram, on Twitter, whatever the case may be, sitting up and saying, well, why didn't Hubert do this? Or Hubert needs to do this, and he should have did this. And, we could have won by such and such if Hubert would have done this. Enough with all of that. Hubert got the win. He got the win. And that's the most important thing. I don't care what he did, how he did it, whatever the case may be. He got the W. Now, if he would have lost, then they really would have been talking trash about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have it both ways. That first year of his coaching career, the man ended Coach K's career, sent him home on a golf cart. I think I still see him right now riding through Idaho on it, him and his wife. Like, they still on that golf cart. So, and went to a national championship game. Didn't hear no complaints then.
Too soon, bro. That one hurts. Too soon.
I'm just saying. I didn't.
That's like 2016, man. Good God.
When?
2016.
For what?
Losing in the championship, bro.
Nah, I'm talking about for Hubert's first coaching.
Yeah, I know.
Started coaching. Oh.
All right.
I'm just saying it's too soon to bring up the chips we lost, man. It's too soon.
That's
true.
Right.
So here we go. You ready? Dean Smith, 1961 to 1962. He was 8-9. Second year, 15-6. Third year, 12-12. Fourth year, 15-9. Fourth year, 16-11. Fifth year, 26-6. Okay, not bad. Let's go, Hubert. First year, 29-10. 29-13. 29-8. 23-14. 18-4. He is, by the way, 119 and 49 losses. That's not counting this year.
At what percent?
He is percentage 83-1. That's points scored per game, and then points against there is 70.6. But my point is that every freaking time, stop it, just stop. Who are we gonna get? That's my question every time I see the post.
That's what I want to know.
Who are you gonna go get? Who are you gonna go get?
Who you gonna go get? Because if you go and get somebody, you got to go and get somebody outside the family.
Tyler Hansbrough? He doesn't want it.
No,
no.
I think, honestly, I think if something, and this could be a conversation for a whole nother podcast. I mean, say North Carolina didn't have this turnaround after Cal, and they kind of just continued to be mediocre. Then the talks are going to be had because now, I mean, look, I mean, they almost fired Bill Belichick in his first season.
But football is different than basketball. There is, in my opinion, there is such a, even though it's the same school, there is a gigantic Grand Canyon size difference between football and basketball. I mean, they had Mac Brown, for goodness sakes. Mac Brown turned it around after Fedora. He turned it around.
Yeah.
There's a shorter leash, it feels like, for football. And I don't know why.
It's not that long of a season. It's not that long of a season.
And maybe that's why. And I think, again, Carolina's still trying to find their football identity. And I think that's why Belichick got the job, is they're trying to be relevant.
They're going to find out this upcoming season. I can tell you that with that schedule they got.
That's a brutal schedule.
Gauntlet. Straight up gauntlet. Oh my goodness, man. I saw that, and I ain't even big on football like that. I know Alan covers football like crazy.
Oh yeah, we did a way too early prediction show.
I know. I caught it.
How many you got? How many you got him winning?
I think I had him 4-8.
Wow.
It's a tough schedule.
That's Oregon State. I'm just putting it in perspective
That's
for
a
me.
tough schedule, bro.
It's a tough schedule.
That schedule is brutal. I mean, brutal. They play everybody that they did not play this past season, except for Duke and State.
I mean, you play TCU, who just hammered you at home in Ireland. Granted, you don't have Hoover at quarterback. He went to Kirk Kennedy in Indiana. Then you
got UConn. You got and I don't know the home and the ways or whatever, but I know
UConn's on the road. Notre Dame's at home. Miami's at home. I mean,
Clemson's on the road.
Clemson's on the road.
I think Louisville is on the road.
I believe so.
Clemson is on the road. Notre Dame at home. Pitt at home. Pitt on the road. Duke on the road, which, really not that far. Syracuse at home. Miami at home. UConn at UConn. Louisville at home. Virginia at Virginia, and then they finish with State at State. So
it's a gauntlet.
I mean, Notre Dame,
I don't even want to talk about Notre Dame. They can't even. They keep doing this whole independent stuff or whatever.
I know.
It's crazy. Or whatever.
Please tell me you gave Syracuse. We got a dub on Syracuse, right? That was a dub.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I got it written down in my book. I can pull it out if you want. I think East Tennessee State.
Yeah,
East Tennessee State, Syracuse. I picked them to beat Duke because Darian Mensah left at the stroke of midnight.
The quarterback left, who's getting sued by them by now. By the way.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Then who was the fourth?
Probably UConn.
They're at UConn though, but when are they playing UConn? November 7th? They could have some snow.
And I think
could, but Jim Moore pulled a Darian Mensah and left for UCLA and took like half the team. So that might have been my fourth win.
Nice. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm going to read just a few of these chats or whatever real quick or whatever before we get out of here, fellas, or whatever. Tar Commander says, shout out to HD for drawing up plays to the end to end the game. I agree. HD 100%. Doing this thing. He did it. HD did what he had to do or whatever tonight. He got the W. That's all that matters. That's my point.
One thing I want to say real quick on that is he called a timeout, which I think was uncharacteristic of a Roy Williams team. He called a timeout, got the team together. Roy probably wouldn't have let him. Roy would have let him run. But anyway, go on.
Right. That's true. John Kramer says we led for 0.4 seconds to beat Duke. What do you know? I don't know what that's referring to, John. But big shout out to John, man. That's my guy. In other words,
we only led the game by 0.4 seconds. Thank you, John. We appreciate your comment.
Okay. Now I get it. I got you. Yeah.
We don't have room for that. We don't have room for that.
That's true. Tar Commanders, best rivalry in sports, and it ain't even close. That's a fact.
Facts.
No arguments here from me. 2 court stormings in one game. History made.
Yes, it was. So is that $200,000? Because I heard it's $100,000 every time they storm the court. So is that
Nah, because I think you can listen. They not gonna fine Carolina for storming the court against Duke. There's no way they fine Carolina for that.
Telling you.
Yep. Alan, you think they fine Carolina for that?
I don't know, man. I ain't read the letter of the law, but I mean, if it's a fine,
I've heard that.
Tough.
I've heard that.
I don't know. Maybe they give them a 50% discount and only charge them for one. I'm not sure.
but we talk about the biggest rivalry in sports.
It's a safety thing. Do you remember when what's his name? Stupid Kyle Pilipowski or whatever the stupid face is.
But
Jordan like the guy and pushed him and he cried. Remember, he cried.
That's true. But
somebody was in the chat talking about John Shires. Somebody on John Shire's staff got punched and somebody it was when I saw it pop up on the chat
at the tech.
Like, that's unfortunate.
I know one thing.
Tonight.
Tonight?
Well, I will say, hey, listen, I will say one thing, and I don't mean to be a snitch, and I ain't trying to be a snitch, but whoever threw that water bottle or whatever, they gonna get you. Did y'all see that? Y'all see that
Oh, I
water
saw it.
bottle that had? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know where
second
it
court
comes from.
storming, like a whole bottle of water went into the Duke Blue Devils. Like some popcorn got tossed up on them. Like it looked like Foster was trying to like fight the entire court storming at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was.
Now that
I
part,
get
then
it,
yeah,
but it's not necessary.
it's not necessary. But in that type of situation right there, then yeah, you might have to send out a little fine or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I heard that. I don't know if it's facts. So I don't know.
I mean, I've heard it too. I did hear it after that whole Filipowski. Why is it always when a court storming happens and they bring up that
you don't
whole
even need to
situation?
answer that question.
It's
always
Duke
Duke.
involved.
Always Duke. They're crying like little babies, like they are. Go back to Durham, drink your bottle, get in your playpen.
Yeah, that's true. Targamanders also says Sar didn't kill us down the stretch.
Amen.
That might be true. He didn't show up at the end of the game. He also says we stopped helping and leaving Sar open in the corner. That's a big mistake. Yeah. Carolina lacked defense on that. Like they did not do well with that or whatever. I mean, they left him open all night. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? So John Kramer says he blew his load in the first half, keeping us in the game. Pause, John. Like,
yeah, he had to be talking about Caleb because Caleb did look gassed late in the second half.
He did.
He really did. He looked tired.
He did. He did a lot.
Yeah, he did a lot. That's all we need to say.
Yeah, he did a lot. Targamanders also said Evans didn't have a great game in the second. That's true. I had to think about it for a second. Like, yo, is he talking about Cayenne? Because Cayenne didn't even play like that.
But no, I think he's talking about that. Slim.
Yeah, he's talking about Slim. Yeah. So John Kramer says the refs swallowed their, I think he meant to say their whistle in the second half.
Whatever. I don't move along.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Neil is off the trade. Tar Commander says, let's talk about how Evans didn't have a great game. Which Evans? Well, we know about Cayenne, but Slim didn't have a good game either. You're right. First rounds on me says Caleb outplayed Cam, and it was obvious 8 of 12 is always better than 10 of 21. Boozer also had 4 costly turnovers. He did work on the boards, though. That really hurt us. Good point.
He knows ball.
Yeah, good point. Big shout out to Big B, man. He's my lead admin or whatever in my Discord. So big shout out to him. Tar Commander says our defense played great in the second half. Facts.
Yep.
Facts. I agree with that. He said the refs swallowed their whistle in the second half. First rounds on me said Duke was very aggressive with us in the post. They can complain about the foul disparity, but they gave up a 9-zip run and went scoreless in the final 2 minutes and 51 seconds. It's a good point.
Yep.
It's a good point. They did. First round also said Duke's last 3 losses going back to last season have been giving up comebacks. Ugh.
Well, again, my point because they were up against Texas Tech and they gave it away. Yeah.
Yeah, Houston. Yeah.
Houston.
That's right.
Oh, Houston. Do you think Cooper Flagg has nightmares about that Houston game? Just asking for a friend.
He don't care.
Oh, I
don't think he cares.
He's getting paid.
He cares at all. He's where he wanted to be from the beginning. If he could, he would have never went to Duke and went straight to the league. Same thing with the Banter. So yeah. I don't think he cares about that. I don't even think he thinks about that game no more, honestly.
Yeah.
To be honest. James Will 4065 says it seemed like everyone else other than Caleb was not themselves in the first half. Yeah, that's a fact, James.
Little tight.
Yeah, we all agreed on that or whatever. TJ Strickland says this game reminds me of the Virginia game a little bit. How so? I don't know. Well, I mean, the comeback, if that's what you're referring to, then yeah, I can see that. How do you say this? Glabdu 5,000?
Sure.
A Glabdu 5? My fault if I butcher your name. I apologize. But they also said, yeah, I am going to need our bench guys to give us at least 2 or 3 scores apiece. It wasn't Luka's night, and coach recognized that. That's a fact.
I wonder if Luka was overwhelmed. I wonder if he was overwhelmed. You know?
I don't think so, because he knows about the rivalry.
Well, but that's a big atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think he's ever played in front of 20-something thousand people before.
Yeah.
No.
Like I listened to the pod episode with AJ and David Sis.
Yeah.
And AJ said that he asked Luka, like, yo, like, you know, this is the first game, like, you know, over here like this. Like, what do you know all about this game? And the way he said it was like, oh, this is like the biggest game in the country, like, you know, or whatever, something like that.
They asked him like his favorite moment, I heard.
Yeah.
And
you
he
gotta hear AJ. You gotta hear AJ say it though. AJ, the way AJ said it was hilarious because he had the whole accent and everything. I mean, it was crazy. So, but let's see. James Will, not only a few more, y'all. James Will said we had a different starting lineup to start the game.
Did we?
Yeah,
I mean,
they took out.
They took Jaden Young out.
Jaden Young.
Okay, yeah, we did. Athletics M2V says the reason why it felt like a weird win is because Coach Davis kept the rotation very, very tight. Coach Davis rode with his starting 5 guys. Yeah,
that's who was producing.
Iron 5. The Iron 5.
The bench didn't give you anything tonight.
Iron 5 2.0. Can we say it? Redemption Tour 2.0?
No,
I don't think so. I think Lucas still has his part to play. Jonathan Powell, he's still going to have his part to play.
And they need to come off the bench.
Yeah. Kyan Evans, he's going to have that one game where he hits like 3 threes.
That's going to get him going.
That's round 2, by the way. I'll make an early prediction. Round 2. There we go.
Yeah. Of course, my brother Pablo in the building.
There he is.
Yeah, you know him, Neil. You know him. That's right.
Yeah, Pablo.
Pablo, Neil was asking about you earlier. He was wondering where you was or whatever. So,
Pablo,
he
I got
definitely
some
was
for you
asking.
out here in Oregon. I got some.
He says come
tissues.
visit him out there with
Tissues.
in Oregon with the Ducks. Come on out there and visit it. But Pablo said, stop the BS. Pops, you already know, man. I ain't even gonna say too much or whatever. I might get my trolling in later.
I'm there when you're sad. That's what this tissue box says. I'm there when you're sad.
Oh, there we go. First rounds. How many we got? 5 more, y'all. First rounds on me says can't compare Dean's resume to HD. Dean was a probation the first few years. He had recruiting restrictions as well, respectfully. Good point. Because I didn't know that. So that's
and they
a
only
good
played
point,
like,
B.
16, 17 games?
Yeah. So, I mean, good point, B.
Regardless, I still think it bears repeating. I'm just saying.
That's true. First round also said HD should only be compared to his own era. I mean, but who do you compare him to?
Shire?
That's my question. Like,
Shire? You want to compare him to Shire?
Can you?
No. There's no comparison. But they
He's
tried.
5-6 against Shire now. Well, no, not against Shire. So he won 2 against Duke. So 3.
I mean, Hubert, he got 2 against Duke. I mean, he's beat. To me, the only thing that Shire has an up on when it comes to Hubert is he was the fastest coach to get to 100 wins faster than anybody.
Yeah.
In the years that he did it. I mean, 3-4 years? He's the fastest coach. To me, that's the only up that he has on him, though.
All I gotta say is when Roy Williams handpicks Hubert Davis, that's all I need to say.
That's true too. That's true too.
Just saying.
He has nothing. He has nothing up on Hubert. He hasn't gotten to a national championship game.
No, Hubert has.
Exactly. So everything Shire has, Hubert already has.
Yep.
So and some.
Now I will say, if Hubert wins a national champion, he's a better coach than Shire, perhaps.
Oh, for sure.
Of course.
All right.
For sure. Absolutely. First round also said meaning the other active coaches. Got you. I got you, B.
We got
James Will said Louisville is at home. He was talking about the football game. And last comment, Ashley Robertson says, Alan, you need a hat.
That's my wife.
Hook a brother up, Ashley. Hook a brother up. I mean, I could have wore matching shirts. Would that have been better, Ashley? Because I have that same exact shirt.
Oh,
hey,
man.
Lindsay, I got to tell you a quick story. Can I tell you a fast story?
Real quick.
All right. So here's a fast story. So I'm watching on Instagram. They have the new Tar Heel store. I think it's like one of the university stores or team stores down.
Yep, Tar Heel team store.
You guys know about this. Anyway, so they're showing all the shirts from game day that they're selling now at the Tar Heel store, right? So I comment, because I'm not there and they won't sell it online. I comment, man, I wish somebody would send me one. This guy comments back to me and he's like, hey, DM me your address and what size you are, and I'll get you one and I'll send you one.
He sent it to you.
He's sending it to me. Yes.
Shout out to the Tar Heel team store, man. Good people's over there.
It's not
there's some real good people. I wish I could remember the guy's name.
Yeah.
It's not an employee. His name is James. I don't want to give his last name for privacy's sake. It's this guy, James, random dude, comments, and he's like, dude, I got you. I'll go. He lives in Durham, so we'll not hold that against him. But he's sending me one. Went there. I Venmo'd him some money, and he went down there today and picked me up one. So shout out, James. Shout out.
Solid to you, James. Big salute to you, James, man. Hey, that's what's up right there. Sending something to our Tar Heel family. Yeah, sending something to our Tar Heel family all the way on the other side of the country. Shout out to you, James.
We love you.
Shout out to you, man, for sure. But yeah, shout out to the Tar Heel team store too, man. They good peoples over there. I know them
really
over there. Like I've
Can you tell them to sell stuff online? Next time you're in there, tell them to sell stuff online.
I got you, Neil. Next time I'm in Chapel Hill, I'll make sure that I stop by there. I got you. Seriously, because I need to go back by there anyway. So I definitely tell them. But Alan, you need a hat.
You got to get your hat.
You ain't telling me nothing.
And the wife said so.
Yeah. Gotta listen.
She might be talking about a hat like this, buddy.
Hey, well, she might be. She might be, but at the same time, she sent me a text because I was sitting here fooling my hair, and I just wiped it back across, and she sent me a text and said, "Stop playing with your hair." So, and then like a couple minutes after that, she was like, "Alan, you need a hat," but she just commented and said, "Yes, I am." So she means I need one of these little fancy Tar Heel Ram hats, these Ramsey hats.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you something real quick because I want to get me one like Neil's. I really do.
Mine was expensive. eBay.
Oh, yeah. See, I need to get me one like Neil's. Quick story on mine's, right? This is actually not a hat. This was actually a blanket. I took the blanket and because it had a whole blanket. Like it was a blanket, like to where you can wrap it around yourself.
No, that's not a blanket. That's a towel.
Oh, well, no, it was a blanket. It was an actual blanket. And I mean, you take it, you wrap it around yourself or whatever for you to sit in. Like, if you're sitting on the couch or whatever, you can wrap yourself in it.
Yeah.
And I took it and I cut it back here in the back. And I had my mom.
I need you to tie it around your neck. I just need you to tie like a nice little bow.
Well, see, these are the feet. Supposed to be the feet of it. Like these were the feet of it. And my mom is a stitcher and she sewed it back here in the back. But it's got a little tail on it. Everything. Hey, I love it, man. I love it.
Hey, it's nice, man. I'm not hating on it. I'm not hating on it.
Don't pick on my hat, Neil.
At first, I thought it was like one of them has like B-Dots always wearing.
Well, that's what I got mine. Is I saw B-Dot with one, and I scoured the internet, and then I got a chance to meet B-Dot actually at my first Carolina game. I didn't have my hat at the time, but yeah, when I saw B-Dots, I was like, Oh man! As soon as I saw it on eBay, I was like, buy now.
I
didn't
think
care how
B
much
Dot.
it was.
I think B Dot.
B-Dot's is old.
Yeah, I think he has inspired everybody to get one.
Yeah,
That's why I found
I was like, I want B dots. Yeah.
That's how I was like, you know what? I'm about to turn this into a hat like B Dot.
Shout out to B Dot.
Shout out to B Dot, man. You know, I know he's doing some big things over there at I think it's Reliving Hoops with PJ. And I always forget the other guy's name or whatever. No disrespect to him or anything, but I always forget his name. But they doing some big things over there in Believing Hill Hoops, man. So check them out.
The hat. I need a podcast studio like you guys. Jesus.
Well, let's work on it.
Look at all these surroundings, man. You got all these.
What do you mean? This isn't my normal house? Like let's
Neil, that whole where you're at is a building.
Yes.
Like
yeah, it's a building
separate from the house.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Neil got something totally different than what I got as far as my little setup here. This is just a setup in my man cave, part of my man cave. Like everything else is back that way. So, but I mean, listen, Alan, I mean, we can work on it, big dog. We can work on it.
We're gonna have to put we're gonna have to add on to the house, man. With like 3 kids.
Listen,
I just got no room, man.
All I got to say is I love the fact that you all, both of you, have these Carolina blue mics. That's what I'm jealous about.
I just got this foam thing. I mean, I've had the shoe for a while, but
I know. I know you've had the shoe.
This is new. I got this at Christmas. So
you need to send me the other shoe since you're not using that shoe.
I'm using the other shoe on my golf club.
Oh man, see,
I know. Sorry, man.
Alan, where did you get your mic from?
Oh no. This is just a
he put a sticker on it.
Yeah. It's just a Shure MV7 Plus. And it comes in white and black. So I chose the white version and I slapped the UNC sticker on it. Everybody thinks it's custom, and I just let them believe it. I'm not going to tell no story. I'm just going to rock out like I bought I got this super exclusive microphone.
Damn. Now I got to do some editing because I got to take that out so nobody knows.
You ain't got to take that out. Look, it's got the light bar, and I got I got the official UNC color. So when I talk, like it really don't pick up on the camera all that well, but it's like the official UNC color. You plug it in.
Okay.
And it comes out. Then you
see, Neil has everything, man. I'm telling you, like that, the whole thing that he has going on out there. This dude has blue Tic Tacs, Carolina blue Tic Tacs. This is crazy.
I know.
That's crazy. That's Die Hard right there. That's Die Hard.
I need to get me I need to get me some of that neon signage you got going back there. And like, there's a lot of things I need, but I just ain't got nowhere to put them.
Well, first off, you got to get away from that window.
Well, see, this is actually I set up in the dining room. So if I flip it around, I mean I could flip it around, but then it's just
see the rest of the house.
No. This is the front of the like behind me is the front of the house. The dining room is this way. That's the other side of the dining room.
And okay, so Alan, you don't want to take down the bless sign and flip it?
Do you want me to have a wife still? Because I mean, we got a dining room table,
Sorry, Ashley.
Can't turn the dining room into a podcast studio.
Yeah, sorry, Ashley. I'm sorry. Don't beat me up. Apologize.
Lindsay, I like your UNC one. Where'd you get that? Because mine, every time I do it, like look at mine on camera.
So I'll tell y'all. I'll tell y'all off air. Can't give out all the secrets. Can't give out all the secrets. Listen, fellas, I appreciate y'all. We've been going long enough or whatever. Like, any last words that you all would like to say?
I'm going to quote one of our very good friends that I just absolutely adore, and he is one of my favorite people, Tar Heels wise, on the planet, Mr. Andy Bagwell. Duke still sucks.
Big shout out to Andy. As you know, it's crazy. I just talked to Andy not too long ago.
He's my hero.
Yeah, that's my guy right there.
I'm gonna be Andy Bagwell when I grow up.
Yeah, that's my guy right there. I can't wait till he drop his little video clip about
it's already up. It's already
up.
up. It's already up. Yeah.
Yeah. He normally does it when he's leaving the Smith Center. So
yeah,
I gotta go and check it out. I gotta go and check it out. So Alan, you got any last words?
Ah, man, go where you go and do what you do. And if you know what that means, to all those people that go where you go and do what you do, that's why UNC won.
Amen.
And of course, y'all already know me, Mr. Lindsey Graham, the man that gets no credit from those that use debit. Of course, if you know what that means, you just know what that means or whatever. Like, it is what it is. I ain't gonna be explaining it to everybody. But listen, it's always a great day to be a Tar Heel, fellas. We got a W tonight. I feel good. I'm gonna sleep good, but I am gonna rewatch this game tonight before I get me some shut-eye and get ready for tomorrow and feel more refreshed tomorrow now.
Feel lighter.
You know?
Lighter.
And to all of the Blue Devil fans out there, love you guys, but y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Tissue, belts, you name it. You get it all. That is what it is. Until the next time, everybody and ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate everybody. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, man. Get this out to all of your friends and family and you and that is a part of the UNC family. Send this to all of your Duke fans too. Like Duke friends, fans, whatever the case may be. Y'all tap into. So appreciate all the love and support from everybody. And go Heels, man. Woo!
Go Heels.
Go Heels.